Hello, and welcome to day 11 of our daily Advent devotion series. Today's episode is entitled Counting, and it comes to us from Luke's Gospel, chapter 2, verses 1 to 4, and it reads as follows. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. So, Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and the line of David. So Joseph finds himself traveling because of a census, traveling because of political situations taking place around him, traveling because of the everyday reality of living in a world governed by human beings. These are everyday events. A census is not something, I suppose, that would surprise us very much. But isn't it interesting to see how God uses very ordinary daily political events, something as mundane as a census, to get Joseph and his betrothed Mary to go to this town called Bethlehem? Because the prophecies in the Old Testament part of the Bible all pointed towards the Messiah being from Bethlehem. Now, as Joseph and Mary headed to Bethlehem, we begin to see this prophecy beginning to take shape and begin to be fulfilled. And to be fulfilled through the ordinary everyday life experiences of two very ordinary people. I love the way God intervenes in human history and brings about events that we would not recognize as abnormal, perhaps, until suddenly God steps into our situation and shows us that something extra special is happening. I wonder what's happening in your life today that might just seem like an everyday occurrence, but perhaps God ordained it for a reason and a purpose, maybe a purpose that you don't know about, and maybe you won't know about it for a while yet to come. But what we see in this story is God using everyday, ordinary political circumstances to achieve something special, to move two people to the place that they were meant to be in order to fulfill His purposes. And He does that with you and I as well. He moves us at His will to accomplish His purposes, and sometimes we don't even realize that He's doing it. We don't realize why He's moving us from place A to place B. We don't realize why we have a particular appointment at a particular time to meet a particular person. But we were placed there for such a time as this. And I wonder if you could spend the day just reflecting on that, to think about how some of the events in your day may not be an accident. Maybe they didn't go according to your plans. Maybe they were dictated by somebody else. Maybe you found yourself having to do something you weren't expecting to do. But what if God was in that? What if God was placing you in a position for just such a time as this? And just be open to whatever God might reveal to you today as you are open to His work taking place in your life. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we hope that you will continue to join us on this Advent journey together tomorrow. God bless you.
Rejoice,